Morning everybody, how's it going? It's just after 7:30 in the morning and I thought I'd show you the burn. Look at the burn. You can hear it. We've had some rain, so now it's time to turn back and walk home. Still raining now actually, but it's quite warm. Anyway, enough of the weather chat. I am out with the dogs. Didn't put my specs on because of the rain. And it's a good start to the day. I didn't manage it yesterday, but I did on Monday. So I need to make this a routine thing and just get out, because it really is a good time for the old headspace. You know, I've been listening to a podcast this morning called That Creative Life with Sarah D.Tube, and it's quite inspiring. Lately I've been thinking a lot about my content creation, and I'd like to talk a bit today about the Hive blockchain. Back in February 2018 I joined the Steem blockchain, particularly the blogging platform called steemit.com, STEEMIT. And that was when I started making videos. And what's interesting to me is that it took me that long to start making videos or podcasts or really any kind of content other than photography, because I was doing photography, but you know, I grew up. I was in my 30s in Luxembourg listening to podcasts. I was just talking to another Hive person about this yesterday, a guy called Ade Torrent, whom I met in Poland, but I'll get to that. We were there at the start when podcasts kind of kicked off, and we shared a love of the Twit podcasts, particularly the Twit flagship show, This Week in Tech, hosted by Leo Laporte. And I remember listening to one of his podcasts, I think it was called Net at Night, that he did with Amber MacArthur. And I remember they're interviewing Larry Page and Sergey Brin of YouTube before it was bought by Google. And I was on YouTube then. I can't remember what my first video was, but it was probably a guitar video actually from the RMMGA gatherings. So actually I was making videos back then, which probably 2005 probably was. So YouTube was new. I think I probably posted on it before Google bought it, because I remember having to get a Gmail account by invitation, and then I remember the merging because I had a YouTube account which had a different username and all that. Anyway, so yeah, it got me thinking about how come I didn't start creating content. But you know, we shall not regret the past nor wish to shut the door on it. I know I said that recently, didn't I? So the point is that it's not too late. I enjoy making content and I want to do that. So yesterday I spent some time on Hive and on Steem sorting out my keychain, all my keys, and making sure I had them all, and sorting out my delegations, which is something that will make no sense to you if you've never been on either of those platforms. But basically, the long and short of it is that you post content. It's a social media platform, so you can post written content, video. Not sure about audio on Hive yet. You could on Steem. It's basically a blockchain that allows content creators to post their content on the blockchain, thereby earning cryptocurrency. So the cryptocurrency is called Hive, and if you go to hive.blog, you'll you'll get a glimpse of what it looks like. And there are other D apps, or dApps, D standing for decentralized, that allow you to add content to the Hive blockchain. So, for example, ThreeSpeak, which is a video platform. D.Tube, another video platform. There are loads. Those are the ones I'm concentrating on at the moment. And so if you post your content, you get 7 days, during which time if somebody likes your post, you will earn a fraction of a cryptocurrency coin called Hive. And if you engage on other people's content, those comments can also be upvoted, thereby, again, earning you a tiny little chunk of Hive. And the amount of Hive that you earn is based upon how much Hive the person voting has in their account. So at the moment, I have, I think it's about 4,000 actually, 4,000 Hive in my account, because the Steem blockchain was part of a hostile takeover. I wasn't actually paying attention to the news at that time, so I don't really know what went down, but Steem got forked and became Hive, so all of my Steem holdings, which I still have, got mirrored into Hive. So basically doubled my crypto. And as I looked yesterday, my holdings were worth about $1,000, more or less on both platforms. So I'm not sure whether to hold the Steem, sell the Steem, don't know. Anyway, the point is though that I made so many friends on that platform and I miss them all. Some of the most creative people I ever met are on that platform, and I still see them on other platforms: Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. But I want to come back to Hive. I want to come back to posting content on the blockchain. So that's kind of what this video is about. It's about getting myself onto ThreeSpeak and D.Tube, which, well, ThreeSpeak I just joined yesterday. Set up my account and posted a video from Steamfest of my playing guitar at Steamfest in Poland, Krakow 2019, which was one of the most amazing times of my life. And having gone to that, I think, is part of what's giving me the impetus to come back in again and start posting, you know. So Hive is alive. That's what I'll be doing today, I think, is working on some video. And listening to Sarah Dietschy on her podcast is very inspiring. So instead of wondering why I didn't get into making videos and why I'm not now a YouTuber and well known and, you know, making money at it, I can start to do my thing. So what is my thing? Well, that's the question. Is this a mental health / alcoholic recovery channel? Is it a tech review channel? Is it a photography channel? Is it a guitar channel? That's the thing. It's all of those things. And when you dilute your content like that, it can be difficult to build an audience because, or at least, you know, some of the more personable stuff can become behind the scenes when you have an audience that cares about you, which I don't at the moment, other than about 10 people. So, yeah, I need to plan that. So I do have 2 YouTube channels, a guitar one and a personal one. And that's where these videos have been going, on my personal one, which, you know, I'll continue to do, because posting videos on the blockchain, I think D.Tube in particular, it's good simply to have a link to a YouTube video and then post it that way. ThreeSpeak, I'm not sure. I think you can post directly to the platform, because that's what I did last night. So yeah, that's what I'll do. It's all about the planning, and it's all about connections. And so with the Hive blockchain, I do have some connections because of the D-Daily group, which was a group of creators that got together on the Steem blockchain, and who it was that I was staying with in Poland. I was part of that group, which was an amazing thing, and I miss so many of those people. You know, Slayer KM, Kieran, he was a great guy, and he and I talked a lot offline. I mean, not offline, online, but I mean in voice calls, you know, like phone calls, but over the internet. And I miss that guy. He's kind of disappeared off the blockchain. Captain Bob, I'm still in touch with Captain Bob. Brad from Missouri, he's still making some great content, and yeah, I love him dearly. There are too many to mention, too many to name. I'll miss someone out if I do that. So yeah, I'm going to continue with the creation stuff and posting more on Hive and engaging more on Hive. I installed an app called Steem, which I used to have on my phone as an iOS window into the Steem blockchain social media platforms, really for engagement and for consumption. But now that's linked to the Hive blockchain, so on iOS you can actually get into the content that way. So one of the downsides of these social media platforms is the complexity. It's not like Instagram or Facebook where you just give them an email address and a password and you're in. It's a little more complicated than that because of the currency aspect. So you can't post if you don't have resource credits, and you have to have Hive power in your account. So when you earn your crypto, you then convert it into power, which allows you to post and comment and vote and all of that stuff. So, you know, there are people out there who are taking care of the onboarding process. In other words, giving you simple and easy to follow instructions, and also, I believe, subbing your accounts to allow you to start posting off the bat. I'm not sure who's doing that. I suppose the person to talk to would be Jon G Olson. That's JonGolson on the Hive blockchain. He's another guy I met in Poland. Awesome dude. And he's really involved in building a business on the blockchain. He's been doing that for the past 2 years. And yeah, just super energetic and helpful and lovely guy. So yeah, hit up Jon G if you're looking for some help on setting up an account on the Hive blockchain and starting to earn a little bit of crypto from your content. And of course, I did mention the word decentralised, but I didn't really explain that. That's a big part of the attraction for this kind of thing, is that your content is not owned by the platform on which you are posting. So you know how if you put photographs on Facebook then own that content in some ways. They've got certain things that they are permitted to do, which you've agreed to in that big long list of terms and conditions, which nobody ever reads. So it's not like that on the blockchain. You own your content, and the platforms cannot demonetize you or, you know, take your content down and lock it away without any recourse. So that's a big part of the attraction. It's the kind of anarchy group of people around the world, which, you know, I admire and applaud. So that's me, nearly back off the farm track. 15 minutes of yakking. Time to get home, have some coffee and get on with my day. Have an awesome day, everybody. I'll speak to you all again soon. Bye.